Good morning, cold-blooded YouTube. Welcome back to another Total War Warhammer 2 battle. This one is going to be, of course, Lizardmen, because it is Lizardmen week, and the Lizardmen are going to be facing the Greenskins. And this is a skirmish build submitted by Regina. She frequently plays battles with us on the Discord and has a unique playstyle that tends to lend itself to mobile, hit-and-run, and skirmishing tactics. And since that's not my typical playstyle, I was very excited when she told me she had a replay for me. Now this one, she's going to be up against a greenskin army, and I'm going to slow it down for just a moment so you can catch what's going on. There are two pterodon riders, so this is going to be poison, short-range skirmishing. Two razordons, this is going to be relatively short-range, high armor piercing, and pretty much just good skirmish in general if you can keep them in range. And then there's going to be two Cold One Spear Riders for anti-large and mobility. They are supporting a Saurus Oldblood, who packs a pretty good wallop on his own. And then there's a couple of Feral Cold Ones supporting some Salamander Hunting Packs, which is going to be anti-large, but also flaming. Basically, high damage, just not armor-piercing. So both Salamander Hunting Packs, including the Razordons, high damage, just one's armor-piercing, one's not specifically armor-piercing. Infantry line is very weak, just two Saurus warriors, two skinks, backed up by a Bastillodon. They are obviously not meant to be the main feature in the show. Now, as for the Greenskin, there's some Biggins and some Orc boys, supported by some Warlords boys here in the front lines, and then we're going to have a Giant and more boys. There are a Troll unit on each flank, some more Biggins, so there's a Biggin on each flank. There's a Night Gobbo Shaman back here, and he is rocking his Magic Missile and, I think, Sneaky Stabbin' ability. And then we've got two Giants and Grimgore as the leader. Now, this Greenskin army only has one Missile Cav, but I think Regina was fairly well prepared for some Missile Cavalry in the sense that she has many, many mobile units and several that can skirmish as well. So I know this particular Greenskin army doesn't fit the normal bill, where you get tons and tons of that mobile cavalry, but this Greenskin build was clearly meant to counter potentially lots of large units, which do frequently get thrown at the Greenskins, to the credit of the Greenskin player here. The Greenskins were horrible versus multiple large units. They're not as bad anymore with an Arachnarok Spider, and I'm honestly kind of surprised to see a Giant versus an Arachnarok Spider, but the Giants are good versus armor. They just don't have a lot of armor themselves. And they're probably cheaper than an Arachnarok. So you can see the Greenskins want to push a infantry engagement here. I'll let you all kind of see from the overhead. Here comes a Wa. The Wa is used a little bit early here. There's a fight over here with some Cold One Spear Riders. Grimgore's in the middle of it with the Saurus Oldblood. They're going to disengage. The Wa used it at a time that does give them a little extra speed, but it's a little early for the use of Wa. You would want to use it more if you were trying to pin down some infantry that was fleeing, and that just wasn't quite yet. This Pterodon Rider did get outed by the Rusty Airs, and the Deaf Creepers took some damage here. One Troll was routed early. It will regenerate quite a bit. You can see how much damage those Razordons were already able to do. We're going to have Grimgore punching on in here. I forgot to mention there is a Skink, Lure of Heavens, here to support as well. He's up on a Pterodon. You can see the infantry taking the engagement. Saurus will do well up against what they are fighting here. The Skinks, not so much, and that's why you can see this Skink unit back here fleeing from the Giant, just trying to prolong the fight. So in a skirmish build, that's going to be important to just prolong the fight. Keep it going for as long as you can, because your skirmishers need time to do the job. Here you're going to get some trolls charging towards the Razordons, but they're going to be met by the protection here, which is the Cold One Spear Riders, and trolls will suffer a quick and gruesome fate to Cold One Spear Riders. However, the trolls deal armor-piercing damage themselves, and will cause quite a bit of damage, especially since they're backed up by the Rusty Airs. You can see, though, that Regina took the opportunity, rather than fall back, to actually push through the lines, and she's now got two units behind the lines. A little bit of friendly fire off of the Salamander Hunting Pack, but their shots are landing, and you can see the Razordons sitting back. Two different targets, the Giant over here, and then the Orc boys here. You can see the Bastillodon can help clean up infantry fights a little quicker, so it's good support for the Saurus. Let's take a look at these Razordons. How much damage can they deal against the Giant? And the answer is a lot. They're downing him pretty quick, considering that these are 2 units that only have 24 models each. They are doing tremendous damage. And remember, it's armor piercing too, so it will also be quite good against Grimgor if need be. You can see back here the Cold One Spear Riders doing a good job. Look at this, the Pterodon Riders holding the Death Creepers in position. Should be able to give a chance for the Cold One Spear Riders to get over here, and you can see some kiting going on from the Salamander hunting pack, which is luring units away from the fight with its fireballs. The Bastillodon did have to get thrown in against Grimgor and the Giant. That poor Bastillodon isn't going to last long here, but for 650 gold, he's at least going to give these 2 something to chew on for a moment, while the Razordons reposition. But that Bastillodon's like, yo, peace, I'm out, thanks for the party. But at this point, the Razordons are repositioned, and let's just watch the work that they're able to do here. So that Giant had 1,300 hit points, very quickly dropping here. Just look at how quick. Again, that's only 1 unit skirmishing that Giant at the moment. Look how quickly it's felling it down. So impressive work. Impressive work there. Now that leaves Grimgor exposed. He's got 2 full units focused on him. He is going to start to take some tremendous damage. His armor and shield won't save him from this. There is another Wa, so the Greenskins will be moving faster. Look at this, the Cold One Spear Riders back here finally getting the Rusty Airs, regroup Pterodon Riders being a continuing nuisance, and then the and the Salamander hunting pack continuing to be a nuisance as well. Look at the units that it's pulled out. Let's watch Grimgor as he suffers fire. Look, 1,400 hit points. He's dropping relatively quick from each volley. That was almost 400 hit points that he dropped. Comes another one. Yeah, I mean, it is gruesome, the amount of damage. So, Salamander hunting packs, obviously good versus some of these large or armored targets. However, the downside with them that you're going to have to be aware of and know how to counter, and there goes Grimgor, and thus, there goes the battle. The Greenskins lost one of their few remaining hopes. There's no way this Giant can survive with these Razordons here, and with the Giant and Grimgor gone, there's really nothing left that the Greenskins have that can do anything. Like, they'll never catch these units with Work Boys, and their leadership won't hold together. So the Greenskins call it quits there, seeing the writing on the wall. And it was. The writing was on the wall. So, Razordons. I used them in my stream, and people weren't very impressed by them. Oh, number one, I didn't play them very well. And number two, I picked 1 unit, and they walked into a battle against 3 Dark Riders with crossbows. So that was not really the place for them to be. You can see that they do have uses. They are good at killing very expensive units. So 2 Giants, Grimgor. The kills won't really tell the whole story here on the Razordons because they did pretty much all the damage done to those 3 units, and that is a lot of damage. A whole lot of damage. So they are good units. They've been patched. They're viable. You have to know the matches to use them in. I think in this Greenskin matchup it made a little more sense than in some. But, you know, again, the Greenskins can field a lot of missile cavalry, and there is some risk to it, but I think that the Pterodon Riders, along with all the mobile support, helped mitigate that a little bit for Regina. And then the idea for her was keep the infantry way back at a distance, only use it if you have to, and as a last resort. And then the skirmishers did the work. She plays a play style here, which is to separate and defeat an enemy at different points of the battlefield. Don't take the fight all at once and allow them to use all their forces. So this is a divide and conquer type approach that she usually takes. It's the same one that she used against me with her Dark Elves when I was playing the Lizardmen. And it's a cool play style, and that's why I wanted to show it, is because it's not one that I'm likely to pull off well, and it was good to get it in here. And if you all have any Lizardmen-focused replays that you want to get on here too, please make sure to send it to me. I'm happy to take a look at it, and would love to show people a different play style that I may not be as likely to cover. So thank you to Regina, and Thanks to Mimey Man here, or however he's going to pronounce that one. But Regina, thanks for sending it in. Thanks for being a part of the Discord community and participating in this. I know it's hard for her to step away from the Elves. That's like her main jam. But we appreciate it nonetheless. So Razordons, definitely a unit that can cause some damage. Where do you all fall on them? Do you still think they suck? Do you think they're good? Would love to see your thoughts down in the comments. Have you used them successfully? Let me know what you think. Anyway, HeirofCarthage signing off for now. Do hope to see you all soon in some more Total War Warhammer 2 action.